Hey everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today. We are going to be looking at the next big change coming in for you. What is unexpectedly occurring? What's changing unexpectedly for you? All right, so we'll see what comes out for each and every one of you. There will be timestamps in the description box. I will take those as we go. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help the channel out. So thank you so much. Today we have the Wild Child Oracle. Bearing with me, those ones are a little bit difficult to shuffle. So just bear with me, guys. We also have the Neon Moon Lenormand. Okay, so getting into it for you today, starting off with Aries. Okay, alrighty, Aries. Expect the unexpected, Aries. What's the next big change coming through for Aries? Unexpected changes for Aries. We do see the Echo card coming through first, as well as the opportunity. So with the Echo card, this really quite a lot of the time with that Echo card, it's like reverberations through things that have happened in the past. So we do sort of look at the echoes of the past, or those sorts of things. There is some sort of rebounding kind of energy here, especially too with that gazelle in that picture here with the opportunity. Gazelles bound. Okay, they do sort of that is something that you hear, bounding gazelles. It is a thing. So this, for a lot of you, this is an opportunity that you may have missed out on in the past, coming back around. So it's coming through as a new opportunity for you, an unexpected opportunity for you, but there is an echo of the past connected to this opportunity here, Aries. Let's have a look and see if we can work out what that is all about for you. Expect the unexpected for Aries. What's the unexpected change coming through for Aries, please? Starting off with the letter. So this is going to be communicated to you very soon, I believe, here. We also have the Mountain, as well as the dog energy. So I'm getting a few different things here. For a lot of you, this is connected to a person, Aries, with that dog energy there. That does talk about somebody, who is very loyal, compassionate, supportive of you, or you to them. So somebody very sort of strong in your energy, that you do have a strong sort of connection with this person. It is the card of friendship. I am getting that for some of you, though. It may be family or love type stuff, not just specifically friendship, but the best relationships, whether they're family, friends, or lovers, they all have that strong friendship as a part of those, that companionship, that sense of loyalty and trust and support, between the two of you here. We do see the Mountain in the center here. So I do say that the opportunity that is being communicated to you, we do have the need for communication here with the letter, texting, calling, talking in person to this person, all forms of communication. It may be sort of just letting you know that that's the opportunity, is the opportunity to communicate with this person that you may have received. There may have been some obstacles or delays, blockages between you and this person. Okay, because, especially with that Echo energy and the Mountain sitting there right in the middle, that's a blockage or a delay between you and this person. It is also the Capricorn card. So for some of you, this person may be someone in your life that is a Capricorn, or a strong Capricorn placement, or even just, somebody who they vibe as a Capricorn, like they work too much, as an example there for you with that energy. So there's definitely an opportunity to communicate with somebody from your past. I do feel, once again, with that Echo card, the past coming through here, unexpected, overcoming those blockages between you and this person. The communication enables you to, turn these blockages, these delays, in this connection into an opportunity. All right. So for some of you, the opportunity is the chance to communicate with this person. And for others of you, it's the opportunity is to, you know, overcome any obstacles that have been created in the past between you and this person. Okay, Aries. But if you know who that is, you may want to check their, you know, cross-watch their sign, check your other placements, of course, subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Expecting the unexpected, Taurus. What is the unexpected changes coming in for Taurus? Unexpected changes for our Taurus. Very interesting. The first card I have here is the fog energy. Confusion, you know, that fogginess of, you know, not being able to see things clearly. I do feel as though the unexpected change is that actually clearing any confusion that you've been sort of, you know, feeling like I cannot see my way clearly here. It does feel as though that is suddenly, you know, changing here, because we do have the fruit of knowledge as well. So I do feel as though there is something specifically that you are learning here, you know, or coming into some sort of knowledge about that clears that out, clears all the confusion, clears out, you know, and all of a sudden you know exactly what to do, where to go, all those sorts of things here, Taurus. But we'll clarify that for you. Taurus, the unexpected change coming through for Taurus. Unexpected change for Taurus. This is coming through as a very sort of straightforward kind of a message here. I will clarify who this person is to you, Taurus, so we might it's somebody probably very wise, you know, with that fruit of knowledge card. But the fruit of knowledge card, it does also have that snake imagery there as well. So they may be a Scorpio. They may be somebody who is religious or spiritual, and that's part of what the wisdom that they're imparting to you is spiritual advice or you know, religious. Because I'm kind of just getting someone telling you like a religious quote, and it just makes you think about something differently, and that's the knowledge is somehow like a quotation. The first thing we've got here, though, is the key. But that's kind of, you know, it does normally talk about opportunities for success, new doors opening up for you here. But it's coming through very straightforward here, Taurus. It's kind of just saying the key is in, you know, so the key to clear the fog, the key to unlock this knowledge is in this person. We have the person energy here. So that's not clarifying feminine or masculine. That is, you know, a very androgynous energy. It's just a person. All right. But we're seeing an actual person coming through here, as well as the birds. So the birds does talk about somebody who is probably quite chatty, but it's the birds talks about a conversation just in general. So as a very straightforward message, I'm seeing here the key, the answer to your problem here, the answer to clearing this confusion and seeing your way clearly, the knowledge that you're looking for here, the unexpected change is that, you know, this person provides the key with the conversation that you have with this person. It's so it's like some sort of advice, something that this person says, a conversation flow between you and this person that really sort of bang, knowledge dropped. It's like new knowledge drop coming on through Taurus. How can Taurus clarify who this person is? How will Taurus know who this person is, please? We have the book clarifying that person. So we do see like an e-reader book in this particular image here, but it could definitely be, you know, somebody who is very sort of book smart, very logical, rational type person, very intelligent, you know, somebody who reads a lot. Like, once again, I'm getting that quotation thing. They may be, you know, giving you a quote from the Bible, from some other book. It may be an actual quotation that this person is imparting, and that's how this knowledge is dropping onto your lap here, Taurus. That helps sort of clear that fog out for you. So definitely keep an ear out for those sorts of things. Quotations at the moment do seem to be very, very important, especially in conversation. Conversational quotes kind of coming through there. It could also be in the form of a, you know, a bit of gossip in the sense that, oh, have you heard the secret? Have you heard, you know, there's this secret or this, you know, about somebody as well. It might be the person telling you the secret. It could be somebody very physically connected to books. They may, you know, work in a library, in a bookstore. You may run into them somewhere right next to the bookshelf at Kmart or something, you know. You might just be, you know, in the random shopping center and there's a book right next to you while you're talking to this person. So those sorts of things could be how you're going to know who this person is, because I do feel that for some of you, because we did initially have that person card, it may not be somebody that you speak to a lot. This definitely could be that random person in the shop that you just start talking to, and they impart this, they drop this wisdom on you, and it just makes you think about things so differently, and all of a sudden you can see everything very, very clearly here. So it's very, very unexpected, because, you know, you may not even know this person. It may just be a very random situation here, Taurus. So keep your eyes and ears out for that one. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. You know, and subscribe, of course. We will move on to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini. Unexpected. What's the unexpected change coming through for our Geminis? So we can expect the unexpected. What's the unexpected change coming through for Gemini? Interesting. Idleness. We have the idleness card, which talks about, you know, doing nothing. But that's come through with the thorns. So it's kind of giving me this energy here, Gemini, of like, as soon as you think you've got a day off and you can just chill and be lazy, bam, 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 here come those thorns. Poke you out of your comfort zone a little bit here. It's kind of giving, you know, the idleness has thorns. That as soon as you try to be idle and do nothing, that it pricks you, it stabs you, it spurs you into action, that it's maybe really hard for you at the moment to sit still. It is just giving this energy of, you know, needing to keep yourself active so that you don't get stabbed by these thorns here. You know, focusing on the roses, not the thorns. So putting purpose into your idleness rather than just sitting on the couch and doing absolutely nothing. I will clarify that, because I feel like that maybe not quite right here. Yeah, I feel like maybe the thorns are more so like a mental thing, and it's more to do with focusing on the roses rather than the thorns, because, you know, as soon as you're idle, as soon as you stop and sit still, that's when your thoughts start stabbing you. So you're needing to refocus your thoughts onto the roses, the things that could potentially bloom and, you know, be pretty wonderful things in your life, rather than allowing, you know, the thorns on those plants to wrap you up in their vines. Because the more that you go down that trail of allowing those thorns to start pricking you, the more you're going to sort of, you know, be choked with thorns and wrapped up in that. Clarify this message for Gemini. The unexpected change coming through for our Geminis, please. Yeah, so once again, I do feel like this has got to do with the way that you're thinking then. As soon as you stop and you're idle, it's the way that you're thinking when you're not busy that needs to be looked at here. That there's just something changing in the way that, you know, as soon as you stop, it starts to prick you. And so maybe needing to keep yourself busy from thinking, if that kind of makes sense. You don't need to actually be busy, but having your thoughts focused even while you're doing nothing. Because we do see the stork coming through first. And the stork does talk about idea generation. So it's like the ideas that you're coming up with in your head. So when I've asked for, you know, expect the unexpected, what is the unexpected change? I'm getting like a little bit of seasonal depression here, Gemini, that's kind of unexpected for you, that you were like, no, Christmas is great, I'm looking forward to Christmas, but then it was unexpected that your thoughts are going to attack you like this. Because we do have the cross coming through as well, showing us that, you know, a lot of the ideas that you're coming up with are all based around burden and responsibility, rather than, you know, because I am getting the dual message here. So I'm kind of seeing the way you can pull yourself back from this, but, you know, the change seems to be that your thoughts are spiraling out of control here, and you're feeling very like you've got to, like you've stirred something up within yourself. There's something stirred up within you here, that makes you feel very burdened and like you've got a lot of responsibilities. And you're kind of telling you know, that's kind of the unexpected change here, is that you cannot sit still for the life of you because you feel like you've got so much to do. You feel guilty for sitting still and being idle. And that's where the thorns start coming out to attack you, because, you know, you feel as though, oh, I can't afford to sit still for 5 minutes. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got to get this ready. I've got to go and, you know, I've got to keep moving. I've got to keep moving. We do also have the whip here as well. So, you know, that does let us know that you are beating yourself up. You're creating more tension for yourself than is necessary. You're punishing yourself for not being able to do everything all at once. But I do kind of feel like this might be a little bit unexpected for you, Gemini, because maybe things have been going well and you've been sort of looking forward to just sitting still and having a break. But then as soon as you do, that's when this stuff starts to attack you a little bit here. So, you know, I feel like that's why it's unexpected for you, because, you know, you've been wanting to just stop and chill and relax, but or you will be needing that, and then every time that you do, it feels like, oh, there's no point sitting still, because then my brain just attacks me, and I have, you know, on this roller coaster within my own brain. So I just feel like it's a bit of a change to your normal way of thinking as well. You're just feeling a lot of responsibilities and burdens at the moment, or in the near future here, and that's why it's feeling like a change, that you can't just sit still and empty your mind at all. So good luck with that, Gemini. More than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and I will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, expecting the unexpected. What is the unexpected changes coming through for Cancer? Unexpected change for Cancer. Trying to throw the whole deck at me, Cancer. These rounded cards. You wouldn't think that no corners would make things so difficult, but the unexpected change for Cancer, please. Firstly, we have the nest energy coming through here, Cancer. We also see the reflection. So you're looking at, it's like it's somebody's influence upon you. And it's got to do with this nest nurturing energy, this patiently waiting, you know, and just sitting on a nest egg kind of energy. You're watching someone, or you're reflecting upon how someone sits on things for quite a while, and you're seeing how that affects you and how that has influenced you. So I am getting that for quite a lot of you, this has got to do with like your mother, Cancer, or your mother figure, like and how, you know, they've nurtured and cared for you when you were a child, and how that has reflected in you now as an adult, and how you nurture and care for others, or the lack of that. Because with that nest energy, I'm getting quite a few messages coming through for different people in the collective. Okay, because I'm getting told about different animals and the way that nests work for different animals, yeah? So like turtles. The mama turtle lays all the eggs, buries them, leaves them, never even meets her babies. Some of you are reflecting back on that for your own self, and that you feel as though you never had a mother figure to rely on, that you had to learn everything all by yourself. You know, you had to make it to the water with, you know, all these creatures trying to attack you and eat you between the nest and the water. Whereas others of you, it's kind of like your mum sat there patiently and nurtured you, and then when you were hatched, it's like fed you little morsels of food with their beak, and, you know, looked after you. And then I'm also getting here someone too who was brought up with like foster siblings or adopted siblings as well, with like, because I'm getting that image of those I can't remember, you know, it's certain types of birds, as well as like some lizards. They will leave their eggs in another bird's nest. They will like take the eggs from the original bird's eggs, and they'll put their own eggs there. And so the bird will actually raise those lizards, or, you know, it'll hatch those eggs, and then, you know, here comes these lizards, or you know, it'll hatch those eggs and start to raise those babies as if they're its own, so its own mother doesn't have to do anything. You know, the own mother is off eating other eggs. But you know, there's like a surrogate type mother figure here. So I'm getting a few messages there, but you're kind of reflecting upon this, and how that's affecting you now in the future, and the way that you now nurture and protect and care for other people around you. You know, doesn't matter whether we're looking at you caring for children, loved ones, or just generally the way that you deal with people in your general day-to-day life here. It's just you are sort of starting to reflect upon the way you were raised, and how that has actually affected your adult self without you maybe even consciously being aware of that until now. Cancer, or maybe that's the change that you are needing to make, is to reflect upon that. But we'll clarify here with the lenormand. Cancer, unexpected change for Cancer. Definitely catches you out of the blue one way or another, Cancer. We have the scythe coming through. So for some of you, this is breaking patterns. This is all about breaking those patterns of, if you feel as though the way that you were nurtured as a little egg was not how you want to nurture others, you're breaking that pattern. You're breaking free from that pattern. You're making the change. The scythe does talk about a sudden unexpected change. So we're asking about sudden unexpected change, and we're seeing confirmation that yes, this is going to be, a sudden change for you, because it's not so much in a physical change in your world. It's a change in your healing process and the way that you see yourself and the way that you care for yourself and nurture yourself. We have the tree coming through next. So that's all about your self-healing and your self-growth and, taking care of yourself and whatnot as well. So maturing in a brand new kind of way here, because you're reflecting upon, specifically upon the idea of nurturement as a child and how you want to change that now that you're an adult. You want to change that cycle or whatnot within your adult life here. We do see this opening up new opportunities for success. We have the key. so it's kind of like this suddenly, it's this reflection is suddenly the key to a brand new doorway of thinking, a brand new wisdom within this concept, within your own self here, Cancer. And it really leads you to, some maturity, some wisdom within your own self, some self-growth. Okay, so, healing from things in the past for some of you as well. Healing that poor little egg, that still feels broken. I am picking that up there for some of you as well. So, that's what we have for you, Cancer. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo, the unexpected change coming through for Leo. Expecting the unexpected. What's the next big change coming through for Leo unexpectedly? We have the rainbow coming through with the tree remembers. Very interesting energy here, Leo. Because the rainbow energy, it talks about like the light prism type thing, yeah? Where it's like, oh look, I've even got one right here. Light goes in one side and it comes out the other side in like rainbow technicolor. All right, so I know that this is, it's just a clear pyramid. It does have colors on the bottom. That's why it's so rainbow looking already. But different angles, different colors. But it's talking about the light goes in and then the rainbow is reflected. And that's the change here, is that the light is going to hit you in a slightly different direction. So the colors are going to be, more vivid or different colors, or all of a sudden you can see that rainbow, whereas before you could only see this little pinprick of light, but then all of a sudden now you're seeing all the colors of the rainbow reflected here. And it's going to bring up some stuff from your past with that tree remembers. And it's kind of like this moment, Leo, where you are able to see yourself in full rainbow form rather than as this small little pinprick of light. And it's like there's this moment where all of a sudden you remember the truth of who you really are, the truth of how much you've grown and learned and developed as a soul. And it's kind of like this is a good change for you, Leo, because it's like you now can start to live in that rainbow rather than being stuck in just one little prism of light. You're kind of remembering, oh wow, like I do know how to do that. I've already done that. Like there's an element of your past coming through here as well, but it's more so in the sense of remembering your strength and how much you've grown seems to be, why that's coming through in that sort of manner for me here. It's like, it's kind of this energy of like, oh, I've been through so much already in my life. If I can get through that, I can get through anything. And all of a sudden that opens the path to this, it shines this beautiful light on everything in your life. Clarify this message for Leo. The unexpected change coming through for Leo. Firstly, we're seeing the tree. Okay, so we're definitely seeing maturity, growth, a new way of taking care of yourself. So this is like the unexpected change happening for you here, Leo, is this moment of realization of how far you've grown. So it's more of it's not necessarily a physical thing, a physical change for you here, Leo. It's more a mindset, a sense of satisfaction within your own self, because all of a sudden you're realizing, wow, I'm actually, I've got so many more colors than I thought I did. I'm hearing that song, I see your true colors. See, I don't know if that's just an Australian song or not, but the version I know is True Colors by Casey Chambers. So if you do know this song, if you may want to, Google the lyrics. It's like, I see your true colors shining through. And that's kind of what you're doing with your own self here, Leo. We do see the demon coming through as well as the bear. So this is very, very strongly focusing on your strength and your true power. And there's an element here, Leo, of your demons strengthening you. That, this balancing out the darkness and the light. Okay? You cannot have one without the other. And it's kind of this moment of clarity where you're kind of realizing that the bad, negative stuff that you have always thought about yourself, you're kind of all of a sudden able to see how that has actually been a really positive thing for you. Because it's kind of this energy of you have always told yourself that, personal example, Leo, especially with that bear energy coming through for you here, because, I personally connect very strongly with the bear energy. I've always sort of been told by others, and have, at points told myself, no, people don't like me because I'm such a strong, powerful, intimidating person. I'm not shy about my opinions. I'm not I'm not someone who's just going to sit by and I'll stand up for, the weakest person in the room. I'll stand up for them and take their, help them out and those sorts of things. I'm I'll take power. I have no shame in doing that. I can be very intimidating to others. I've always, there's been a long part of my life where that's how I've told myself that, I've got to hide myself. I've got to make myself smaller because I can be really overwhelming and intimidating for others. Such a bad thing because I can be intimidating. But do you know what? No, it's not. It's not. If you can't handle a strong, powerful person, that's your problem, not mine. That's just who I am. That's one of my strengths, is that I'm not going to sit back and watch, horrible things happen to somebody. I will stand up for them. That I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. Yeah, sure, I might be intimidating to some people, but that's their problem, not mine. So it's about, seeing those sorts of things as how they're actually a positive thing for you. Your power, your strength. The fact that you've gotten through so much in your life, Leo, that's a strength. That's not a weakness. That's not something that you need to hide yourself to make yourself look smaller for others. I feel like that's what we're seeing here is, you have been hiding your light from others to try to make yourself look smaller. And this is the unexpected change is, knowledge drop for Leo. I can have bad parts of my personality as well as good. And do you know what? They all balance out. You cannot have light without the darkness. Look at that. Even in this rainbow card, look at the background here. It's all black. That rainbow and the light would not shine if it was not for the black and the darkness there. We need the darkness so that the light can shine. And we need the light to light up the darkness. We need both in balance. And I feel like that's what your change is here, Leo, is that you're seeing that about yourself, and it's enabling you to come into this remembrance of who you truly are, and to stop hiding the truth of who you really are, good and bad. Good and bad, all right? Balancing it all out and moving forward as the truest version of yourself. This beautiful rainbow. Rainbows have all the colors, not just one. How boring would life be, Leo? So we need the light and the darkness to create shades, different shades of color. So, that's what is necessary here for you. All right, but that's what we have, Leo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. The unexpected change coming through for Virgo. Unexpected changes coming through for Virgo, please. This is a very interesting message because these two are kind of contrasting energies. So we have the beehive first and foremost, which talks about your social life, your sense of community, your teamwork, helping others. In a beehive, it's not just one bee helping everyone else out. It's all the bees have to work together, go and get honey, go and do the work, hard work. It's a social, communal thing. But then we do see idleness. Okay, so I do feel as though your message is actually quite simple in that sense, that it's kind of, it's time to rest. Like, it's time to rest socially, and it's time to rest work-wise here, Virgo. That, there's something in your social or community life here that's going on pause, that needs to just sit on idle for a little while. Whether that's your community, your social life, or your work life. Something needing to sit on pause, to sit idly for a little while here. And that's the big change for you, Virgo, is that there is this pause. Knowing Virgo too, you guys love to work as well. I think Virgo, you're probably one of the most underrated hard workers of the zodiac. Capricorn are always told they're the hard workers, but I reckon Virgo, you guys are on it. You guys are on it. The unexpected change coming through for Virgo. So this may be hard. This change might be hard for you, Virgo, to just stop and chill. Do nothing. Rest. It's kind of needed though, because firstly we have the ring. So this is just part of the cycle, okay? It may just be because, we are getting close to Christmas. A lot of people are going on Christmas holidays, breaks from work, that sort of thing. It may be the best thing for your social relationships to just have a bit of a time out at the moment. But more so for yourself here, Virgo. We do have the cross coming through as well. So, it feels like you've been pulling too much of the responsibility. You've been taking on board too much of the burdens, too much of the responsibilities within these relationships, within your work relationship. So you've been taking on too much. That's why it needs to go chill for a little while here. Also to develop your relationship with the more spiritual, religious part of yourself, the part of yourself that, just believes. Whatever it is that you believe in, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care, what you believe in. It's about believing and your connection with your belief. Okay, so that's coming through as, this is a time for you to develop that a little bit further here, Virgo. This is why you're going on pause, because there's, the need for you to actually connect to belief. And I keep getting just to talk about it in that very general sense here, because I am picking up here some of you, different religions. Some of you, there's I'm feeling the need to remind you here, Virgo, that no belief is a belief in itself. Okay, and needing to connect with the things that you believe in. Okay, because even people that believe in no spiritual, religious thing have beliefs in, the difference between right and wrong. You believe in doing what with your life? What's the goal of life for you? Learning. I know my father is an atheist, and I always tell him that, you're more religious than you think, because you regard learning and education as your religion, and science as your religion. That's a religion. Like, it's still a belief. So me and my father have wonderful arguments about that sometimes. But it's in order to stabilize everything in your life. We have the house here. Okay, so that's in order to, stabilize your own self, your own belief system, to stabilize your life in general, to stabilize relationships with social, relationships, community relationships, work relationships. It's to bring it all together nice and securely, stable, so it's not going to, shift and change in the future. That's why there is this necessary break moment here. Pause, be idle, chill, stop working too much, Virgo. I know it's hard for you. But yeah, you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and I will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, what is the unexpected change coming for you? Unexpected change for Libra. Ooh. Firstly, we have the labyrinth coming through, Libra. The maze, the feeling lost, feeling confused, Finding shelter from the storm. We have the shelter card. The little squirrel there hiding in his tree. This is about you finding your center. Finding the center of, not only yourself, but finding a way through the maze, through the confusion, through, all the twists and turns, and sheltering down for the winter away from all that. Clarify this message for Libra. The unexpected change coming through for Libra. We have the Scythe coming through first, which is the card of unexpected change. Breaking free from the labyrinth. I want to say the rat race a little bit here too, in regard to that labyrinth. And it's kind of giving me to, have you fought the Minotaur yet? Is what I'm kind of wanting to ask you here as well. Like, I feel like for some of you, that's the sudden change, is that you're realizing that you've already fought the Minotaur. There's nothing stopping you from finding the center of this labyrinth anymore, and sheltering down in the center of all the twists and turns that life and the crazy rat race has taken you through. Finding your own center, Libra, and what it means to you. Because shelter is safety, it's security, it's somewhere to hunker down for the winter. You've been through the labyrinth, you've been through this maze collecting all your nuts for the winter, and now it's time to, tie yourself down into one spot and ride out the winter, basically. That's the sudden change that's coming through for you, is that you're breaking free from the rat race kind of energy, and you're finding your center and what that means to you. Like, where do you want to be? Like, you're realizing, this has all been leading you somewhere, and where exactly do you want to go from here? Because we have the crossroads coming through. So there is some choices or decisions coming up here as part of this change within you. We also have the ship, which is, starting a new journey, getting, setting sail, putting distance between yourself and the rat race, basically here. For some of you, this unexpected change is kind of realizing that at your center is this journey to, move. I'm picking up for some of you that you want to be, that's the decision you're making, is deciding to relocate, deciding to break free from the rat race, quite literally moving from, somewhere really busy to somewhere quieter. It's all down to you personally, and what you is really at the center of you. What is life about for you? And this journey that your soul is trying to take you on, it's time to make some decisions to go there. Put yourself there. And I feel like it's kind of like things have been confusing you for quite a long time, and it's because you haven't been focusing on, where is my spot in this world? And that's the change that's coming through, is you're kind of realizing where that spot is for you, whether that's a physical location that you need to move to, or whether this is, just within you yourself and the way that you're approaching life. Like, I'm not happy with my job. I feel like there's some big changes that are coming through from this, but it's all starting with this unexpected change within you yourself, where you're finding, what makes me feel safe, what makes me feel secure, what is at my core, what do I want my life to represent, what is at the center of my journey here, and I need to make a decision to go to it, is what I kind of am picking up here. So I do feel for a lot of you, there's going to be some big decisions and big changes coming through, because some of you are going to be choosing to relocate, to change jobs, to change, jobs completely, like change from a job to a career is what I'm picking up here, because we're looking at something that is deep within you, that part of your core, your purpose in this life, and you're all of a sudden you've been looking for the way out of all this for a while, and now you see the way. You know the way now, and you're finding your center, and you're going to choose to follow that. That's the choice coming up. What do I need to do to be honest to myself and to my core? So your core values, your core purpose, your core beliefs here. Some of you, this is going to bring around big changes in your life. So next year may look very, very different, because you might be doing some big moves in your life, one way or another. Okay, you're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, the unexpected change coming through for you. What is the unexpected change, Scorpio? I kind of want to say, what's the change Scorpio will be facing? Feels like something you might be facing coming up here. Let's have a look. That popped out, and I put it back in the deck, and it's come out again. I just had the same card for Libra. So if you do have a strong Libra placement, you may want to check that reading as well. We do have the labyrinth coming through. So that's that sense of confusion, feeling lost. It can be a little bit here of the rat race kind of thing, like feeling very stuck and confused. I feel like for a lot of you, this is more so within your own thoughts. We do have gentleness coming through as well. So I'm kind of picking here, Scorpio, that you've been very, very hard on yourself in the past, and that is partly what has created this labyrinth for you, because you feel like you can never see your way clear, that you've always got to keep struggling and fighting and twisting and turning and fighting against this crazy labyrinth energy. You feel like every turn you make, there's another minotaur hiding in the labyrinth that you have to defeat to move on to the next corner. But life is giving you some gentleness, and that's the big change that's coming through here, is gentleness. Something showing you that life can be soft and pleasing. It doesn't always have to be a fight, a struggle. Clarify this message for Scorpio. The unexpected change coming through for Scorpio. And I do feel as though that in itself is going to be very, very unexpected, Scorpio, because you're so used to having to struggle for everything that you've got, that to not have to struggle so much is like, what's wrong? You're kind of like waiting for something to jump out at you and throw you back into that maze. We do have the mountain. Obstacles, delays, blockages. You've climbed that mountain, or you are climbing that mountain. You've done the work. You've defeated all the minotaurs, Scorpio. The next card we have is the tree. It's time to focus on yourself and your healing and your growth, your maturity. You've done the hard work. You're nearly out of the labyrinth, okay? That's why, life, it's going to be a struggle for you to understand that, growing past all the blockages, all the obstacles that you've had to face in the past, that's kind of like the devil, you've grown comfortable fighting. It's like a constant struggle, climbing uphill, with a giant big bag on your back, and every step you take is a labor, to get one step further up this mountain. But you've done it. You've grown, you've matured, you've, gotten very wise from all these obstacles you've fought against here. All these minotaurs have taught you a lot. And now gentleness is coming for you. in the form of time to look after yourself and to love yourself. Just focus on loving yourself and, you know, appreciating love. We have the heart coming through there as well. I do feel like for some of you, this gentleness is coming through in the form of a person in your love life who enables to, they kind of can give you, like, help you with understanding gentleness and love and support and sweetness. Others of you, this is more so, you know, just life in general. You're starting to feel the love a little bit more than feel the struggle so much. And you're kind of realizing that I love that I've faced all these struggles because I've won. I've beat this Minotaur 20, 50, 70 times. I kind of really love that. I had all that, you know, that I managed to do that. Like, how awesome am I that I've managed to climb that, you know, I managed to climb Mount Everest. It's kind of like this huge sense of achievement that you're recognizing within yourself, that you know, you've done the hard work, that now you can accept some gentle, loving energy into your life as well. Doesn't always have to be a fight, especially if you are someone who, a lot of these Minotaurs have been with love itself. It's not going to be a struggle anymore. It's going to be gentle and flow really sweetly and nicely. And I feel like for some of you, I do feel like that's kind of scary in itself because you are just so used to having to fight for everything, that to just have things work and to have just love freely given, that you haven't had to fight tooth and nail for that love, it's going to be an adjustment. It is going to feel like a really big change in your life. And once again, I am picking up that for some of you, this is in the form of a person. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic connection. It could just be like a friend that's showing you a lot of love and care, gentleness, you know, or a family member or whatnot. But it's going to be, I feel like, don't fight it, Scorpio, because that's your natural instinct, is to fight against everything, because that's what you've been taught. But you don't need to fight love and gentleness. Okay? You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, you know, as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the unexpected change coming through for you. What is the change that is unexpected for Sagittarius? Very interesting. We have the Tree of Knowledge as well as the Weave energy. Building, weaving, connecting. You already have bitten the apple. You already have the knowledge to rethread, retie, weave, knit together, build. It's not telling me specifically what that's about, but I'll clarify here. It is telling me with the spider on the weave card, this is using your knowledge from all different places. Okay, spiders have 8 legs, yeah? So, and 8 eyes. So it's like you it's multi-faceted and multi tasking here, you know, using all the knowledge you've got from all different areas, but you've got the skills to create, to build, even though you might be having to pull one bit of knowledge from one thing and then another bit of knowledge from something else. All together, it gives you this ability to build something unique and special and secure. For some of you, something that'll feed you as well, I'm hearing. Clarify this message for Sagittarius. So I do feel like for some of you, this might be business, career type stuff, but we'll have a look. Sagittarius, clarify this message for Sagittarius, the unexpected change for Sagittarius. Revisiting something. What is that? Clarify that third card. Clarify that third card for Sagittarius, please. Very, very interesting message here. It's one of those messages where it's like very Tyler Tarot, where it's very much like, I don't feel like I'm connecting with the read. And then, you know, for the viewers, it makes perfect sense. So it's one of those ones where the message doesn't necessarily make sense to me. So I'm sorry in advance if I explain it in a kind of weird way as to how it relates to you personally. I'll try my best. Firstly, we have the ship coming through. So it's time to start moving. It's time to start this journey to, you know, move towards things. Set sail into your own self here. So this is about building, you know, your future. I do still feel like for a lot of you, this might be business stuff. So for some of you, you're looking at starting your own business. And that may be directly what this is in regard to for some of you here, Sagittarius. But it's time to start that journey. It's time to set sail. It's time, you know, the ship is a very lucky card. It does talk about taking sort of faster actions as well. It's not really a super slow energy. So this will probably get started relatively soon. I'd probably say before the end of the year. This is going to, you know, this change. Because I feel like with the ship, I do feel as though it's this energy of like, you're being drawn to that. It's like, what's the phrase where it's like, you're getting the travel bug, and you're feeling like I have to go somewhere, or, you know, I can't just, you know, I need to, like it feels very, I have to, you're very drawn to do something here. And it just feels like now's the time. I have to do this now. Otherwise, you know, maybe it's going to be too late. We do have the coffin coming through next, which does talk about, you know, it does talk about the death and rebirth cycle. But what I'm actually picking up here is, you know, we do see this coffin here is more like this neon moon deck is very futuristic. Okay, and this to me, it feels more like cryo, you know, someone on freeze, on pause. So something that you may have like ended this before, you may have closed the lid on something before, but you didn't really close it. You just put it on pause. You just because you're going to come back in and you're going to reopen, and you're going to, hook this body up to, the machines and get it going again. It's like a kind of like a reincarnation of something. So something, it's kind of like it has died, but you're reincarnating it. You're bringing it back into life with that coffin energy. And that's what you're moving towards here. Something that, you maybe you put in the past, you've gone, oh, that's not going to work. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to build that. I wouldn't be able to create that. But now you're kind of realizing I've got all the knowledge I need here. And I actually still, that's been floating around in the back of my mind for a very long time. And, it's time to bring it back to life. I am hearing that Evanescence song too. That when I just said that, then bring it back to life, bring me back to life. So there might be something in those lyrics that help you understand this situation a bit better. The next card we have is the mice. But once again, you can see the futuristic imaging here. Instead of actual mice, we're seeing like somebody at the computer with all these multiple things open, and it's like all the mice are like kind of like they're like inserting viruses and taking a little bit from here, taking a little bit from here, So once again, that's that tree of knowledge where you're taking a little bit from here, taking a little bit from here. Like I said, with the multifaceted knowledge skill set coming through here, you're realizing that you've got the skills to now bring it all together and make it work. That was clarified by the person. So there may be, with that, there may just be somebody external to you that is, enabling you to bring it all together. So you've got the skills, you've got the abilities here, but it may be somebody external to you that is, giving you this. That's the change. This person coming into your life, giving you this ability to bring it all together. So some of you, if this is a business thing, there may be a partnership here. And that may be with like a computer programmer or something like that sort of helps bring it all together and make it work. So that I'm getting that there as well. Like I said, this message is not actually super clear to me how that comes through, in your personal self. But this is something that it's just not within my skill set. This is something that is personal to you. And especially too with that mice there, it's like it's been niggling away in the back of your brain for a while now, and it's time for you to get on that ship and bring that Frankenstein back to life. It might just be this person could just be somebody sort of saying to you, Sagittarius, you've got all the skills, you've got all the knowledge, you know what you're doing. Why don't you just put it all together? Why don't you do both? Why don't you use that skill with that skill instead of trying to find separate things? Why don't you just put them all together? I feel like that's sort of what it is. I hope that resonates for you, Sagittarius. Like I said, that's your message, not mine. So I do hope that resonates for the people that do need to hear it. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Please subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Capricorns. Capricorn, the unexpected change happening for Capricorn. The unexpected change for Capricorn, please. Unexpected change for our Capricorns. You're going to space, Capricorn. We have the cosmic child, as well as the air. which does have butterflies in that picture. So we see stars and butterflies in those two cards. I am picking up with the air sign there. I am picking up, it could be an air sign like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, especially Aquarius being important here because of the cosmic child energy blending with that. Because, the star card is Aquarius. This is like a breath of fresh air, Capricorn. For some of you, this may be, an actual person. And that's the change that's happening for you here, Capricorn. Is connecting to an actual person. For some of you, it's there's at least one of you, Capricorn, where this is actually you connecting with a spirit guide. But I definitely need to clarify this message. Capricorn, the unexpected change coming through for Capricorn. If there's a person other than Capricorn involved in this unexpected change, can we please clarify if and who the person connected to this unexpected change for Capricorn is? I asked about the person. I got the person card. So there probably is another person. Clarify this person, please. It may just be someone you haven't met yet. Yeah, it's probably someone you haven't met yet. And we have the rider clarifying that person. So, good news on the way, someone on the way. The rider is, the person, I come bearing good news. For some of you, this is someone you don't even know yet. An unknown person. For others of you, this is, they may actually ride a motorbike. They may be very androgynous. They, maybe, I'm getting resting bitch face there as well. Seeing 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 1. And eighths, which is 1 as well. So I'm seeing a lot of repeated numbers here, Capricorn, as well. We do have the key coming through, followed by the birds, as well as the tree. Knowledge drop, Capricorn. There is some sort of knowledge drop coming through a conversation with this person. It's kind of like this person is coming to you, bringing some sort of good news or information that increases your knowledge, increases your wisdom, your maturity, your self-growth, the way that you care about yourself, the way that you look at yourself. It's like this person is sort of making you see yourself more as this cosmic child, rather than however you currently see yourself. It's like you caring about yourself a little bit more, and you're caring about your spirituality a little bit more, understanding your dreams a little bit more here as well. The key really does unlock things, okay? It's like opening up brand new opportunities, unlocking new opportunities in your life here. So this definitely could be someone new coming into your life that sort of opens you up to a brand new world, of a brand new way of looking at yourself, a brand new world of how we can grow and develop as a soul kind of thing. Once again, it may be an air sign. There may be some sort of inner transformation going on here, Capricorn. This is like, for some of you, this is very spiritually connected. But there's successful conversations that, it leads to your self-growth and looking after yourself better, and going with the flow a little bit more for some of you there as well. Transforming things about yourself that are not cosmic. What's that Jamiroquai song? The Cosmic Girl song. I wish I could remember the lyrics for that, because, that Cosmic Girl, is it Cosmic Girl? This says Cosmic Child. The card says Cosmic Child, but there's a Jamiroquai song with, Cosmic Girl, I believe it's called. I'm going to have to look up the lyrics and see how that connects here. That may be relevant for some of you here as well. There is some sort of knowledge drop through this conversation one way or another, and it opens you up to new avenues, new opportunities, new formulation for success within yourself spiritually. It's not telling me anything more than that, Capricorn. Maybe check your other placements and see how that correlates to your other placements. That maybe will resonate for some of you, just as is. Some of you, it's kind of this energy, especially with that Cosmic Child card. It's something going on, unexpected change that's occurring, that it's like, it's kind of telling me that once the change takes place, then this will all make sense. And you'll be like, that's what it meant. And I will be like, I'm a Capricorn as well. So normally the Capricorn readings, make perfect sense to me for something in my personal life. But that's one I'm definitely going to have to come back to. So, maybe give it a few weeks, Capricorn, and come back. Save the video and come back in a few weeks and see, what has changed in between now and then, and how that related. Because it's one of them things where it's kind of not going to make sense until it makes sense. Cosmic Child energy. Okay, that's what we have for you today, Capricorn. You're more than welcome to check your other placements as well. Subscribe to the channel. Like I said, save and come back at a later date. I'm just going to quickly pause and I will be back with Aquarius. Okay, so moving on over to Aquarius. Aquarius, what's the unexpected change coming through for Aquarius? Unexpected change for our Aquarians, please. Kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel here, Aquarius. We have the light energy firstly, followed by the labyrinth. So you can see here in the middle of the labyrinth, that little bright, shiny, it looks like that's what you're finding. That's the change, is that you are finding the center of the labyrinth for yourself here. It's kind of like you're finding the light in the maze, in the tunnels, in all the twists and turns. It's kind of like, I'm kind of picking up here, Aquarius, that it's making you you're realizing that the labyrinth makes you shine brighter somehow. That the treasure at the center of the labyrinth is this light within you yourself. And like having to go through all these trials and tribulations to get to that just makes you shine brighter. So it kind of feels like the change is you realizing that, all the stuff that you've faced, all the twists and turns that you've been through here have only just made you stronger and stronger and stronger. And I feel like it's the way that you're perceiving your own self and your own growth and your own, the things that you've been through in your life. You're now, that's the change, is that you're now perceiving those as things that have helped you grow, rather than that was this horrible thing that happened to me. you're kind of realizing, if that never have happened to me, I wouldn't now, be so good at that or this. It's something like that here. But we'll clarify that message for you. Aquarius, the unexpected change coming through for Aquarius. For some of you, it's kind of like, the layout. You know how this goes. You could, like, anytime someone tries to put a labyrinth in front of you, it's not challenging anymore. It's like you come along and turn all the lights on just by being yourself, and it's not challenging anymore. As much as it's like you're seeing through things. You've got this map in your head of how things go, and it you can make sense of things, and no one can sort of fool you. Because we do have the cross coming through first. So relying very heavily on your own spiritual self here, and connecting very strongly to your sense of, fate and destiny, and just having faith that everything happens for a reason, and that everything's going to work out one way or another. And that, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. I don't know why that is relevant. Well, it's kind of true, but that particular song, I don't even know what song that is. I just know that little bit. Because the next card we see here is the snake. So the cross does carry a lot of responsibilities and a lot of burdens that, it's this needing to flip those on their head and just have faith and, trust in destiny kind of thing, which I feel like you're doing with your own light. You're shining the light on how to do that for yourself, and how to, turn burdens and responsibilities into, I know how to do that. I can do that now. That's a skill I have now. I can get through that. I can handle those responsibilities. I can handle these burdens because I've done it before. I can do it again. It's just made me stronger. You can't hold me back. You've made me stronger. Especially with that snake energy here, because, the snake is I feel like for some of you, this is part of that labyrinth energy. This is twists and turns in your life, trying to deceive you, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, trying to, trick you into, eating the apple, and, trying to, betray you even. But you can see straight through it. You can definitely see straight through it. We do also have the fish here as well. So that does talk about abundance and wealth and financial stuff. So I do feel as though this is kind of talking about there is going to be this big change occurring for you, where somebody is kind of trying to trick you out of money. You're seeing through the scam artist. And you're seeing the truth of that. You're seeing that this person is just trying to trip you up with big words and twists and turns and fine contract details, and you're coming in like, I can see straight through that. Stop trying to deceive me. Stop trying to confuse me. Stop trying to make me jump through extra hoops. This is all going to work out for me, and I know it. I leave here with more abundance, more wealth, in a perfectly fine financial situation. You're not taking advantage of me. I feel like that's what this message is that, and it's about you seeing that within your own self, Aquarius, and realizing that you're doing that, and you're seeing through someone's BS. And it's kind of like, I've escaped the rat race. I've escaped this labyrinth. This me being able to see through, and I can reveal the truth, and I can reveal, the master plans to this building, and I know exactly what's hidden where. It just gives you a lot more faith in yourself, and more abundant. It leads you to more abundance, because you're seeing through anywhere that people are trying to deceive you with money, and you're you're not allowing them to twist you up and trick you or betray you. You're like, no, I'm just gonna find my own path. If you're trying to make this harder for me, and strike when you think that I'm vulnerable, I'm just going to tread a different path, and I'm not going to step on that snake, and I'm just going to find my way around that. No drama. And I just feel like this is, you know, the realization that you're doing this is the change coming through here, Aquarius, that you're kind of realizing that, you know, that there is something coming through in the next, you know, month-ish. Someone is going to try to deceive you or trick you or something along those lines, be a bit of a snake. Maybe even just with what they're saying about something, they're trying to, you know, collect you up in twists and turns and fine print. And you being able to see through that, it just gives you so much more confidence and power within your own self. So ultimately, like a really positive energy there. It's a bit of a weird one as an unexpected change, but in the past, that may be why this is a change, because in the past you maybe would have gotten tripped up, but you've kind of learnt the lessons now. So that's why it's such a change, because you're like, oh, bang, I've won. I've you know, learnt that lesson now, and I can see through this. I'm not going to be deceived by snake oil charm. You know, it's interesting. Well, that's what we have for you, Aquarius. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. You know, please subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Pisces, unexpected change coming through for Pisces. Shall we expect the unexpected? Pisces, what is the unexpected change for our Pisces? Interesting. Firstly, we have the flow. Okay, so following the natural flow, the water, you know, you are a water sign as well, Pisces. So this is within you yourself, the natural flow, the power within you yourself, because, you know, the flow of water can literally change the shape of the earth. You know, you can wear away at the rock and create new paths for yourself, you know, with the water element there, the flow. You know, the flow of the river can literally change lives. You know, like if someone blocks up a river and changes the flow of that river, you know, they can build new townships where there was never able to be a town before and things like that. But it's also interesting in, you know, because I do have gentleness on the bottom of the deck as the hidden kind of energy here. So this is kind of coming through in a very interesting manner, Pisces, because we do see the flow and the strength of your ease and flow and just going with the flow and good-natured, you know, emotional experience here. It's like it's coming through as a positive message. But the next card I have is the thorns. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, because the thorns and the roses, neither can grow without water and without one another. Okay, those roses cannot grow and bloom without the thorns. And I kind of feel like this flow is you using your thorns as well as your roses. It's kind of both of you, like, you know, both parts of yourself is part of your flow here, Pisces. That going with the flow, going with your natural, honest self, whether that is the thorns or the roses at any given moment, that's truth and that's honesty, and that's being, you know, very true to yourself and following your own flow. Because I'm feeling this energy of not getting caught up on, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, I kind of, you know, I prickled a bit at that person, and, you know, there's this tendency to judge yourself when you do that. We all have a little bit of that in ourselves. You know, I like to call it my inner Karen, okay? We all have a little bit of darkness in amongst all the light, yeah? We all have some thorns, because without the thorns, the roses can't grow as strong and tough and be protected, because the thorns protect the roses. Stop creatures from, you know, ripping all the flower heads off and stopping those beautiful roses from blooming. The thorns are the rose bush's way of protecting itself. And if that's the flow that you're in, protection of yourself, sometimes we need to be a bit thorny and a bit prickly in order to protect those sweet little spots of ourself. You know, there is other times where we're going to be that beautiful rose and we're opening up to people and we're blossoming and we're blooming and we're beautiful and we're lovely and we smell great. But then there's other times where we need to be the thorns. So I feel like there's this energy of not being harsh on yourself when this happens, because this is going to be kind of like an unexpected change, but understanding that this is just part of the flow, like the ebb and flow, that, you know, when we talk about water is emotions, it's not just the sweet, lovely emotions. It's all the emotions. It can be raging waters. It can be, you know, a tsunami. It can be, you know, it can be that gentle and calm little trickle over some lovely little rocks in the river. But it can be this deep, mysterious thing with undercurrents of, you know, swirling energy. Don't fight it. Let it out, Pisces. Clarify this energy for Pisces, please. Unexpected change for our Pisces, please. I kind of feel like the change is embracing that a little bit more here. Deciding to embrace that. Deciding to be selfish for once. Stop putting everyone else seeing your beautiful flowers as the priority. You need a little bit of bite. This, whatever this change is, it's involving you needing to, pardon, have a bit of bite, Pisces. We see the crossroad coming through firstly. There's a lot of decisions you can make on how you do this and how this, you know, because I do feel that for a lot of you there is a specific choice or decision that you're going to be faced with, and that's where this change is necessary while you make that decision. While you make that decision, you need to be selfish. We have the fox here. The fox can be very selfish. It's very independent, intelligent, clever energy where, you know, it's all about survival. It's not about being selfish for the sake of being an a-hole. It's about being selfish because I need to do what is best for myself. I need to look after myself and my own and do what is best for us. If you don't like that, too bad, so sad. That's your problem. I'm doing what's right for me and mine. And be very secure in that. We have the anchor there as well. Being very, very secure in that you're doing what is right for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's what's right for everyone else around you. It matters that it's right for you. You're going with your natural flow. You're not fighting against this, you know, powerful waterfall. You cannot push that water back up that hill. You know, if you decide to do what everyone else wants you to do, you're pushing that water back up the mountain. You cannot do that. You know, in order to protect yourself and protect all that is good within you, you need to protect the good decisions for yourself and your own. Okay, I am saying your own. I do feel as though quite a lot of you have family that you're taking into consideration here, whether that's children or, more extended family. You are taking those people into consideration, but at the end of the day, you're doing what you know is right for you. And you're gonna feel selfish for doing it. You're going to feel like you're being prickly, or you're putting up these thorns. It's not about that. It's about protection. It's about looking after yourself first and foremost. It's about, being very secure that you're doing the right thing for you. All right? Everyone else can suck it, Pisces. Bring those thorns out to the surface, Pisces. You need to protect all that is good within your own self here. And the only way that you can do that with this big change coming in, these decisions that you're needing to make, is by doing what is right for you and you alone. Don't worry about what everyone else is telling you. Don't worry about all these other people trying to get you to divert that river somewhere else. You are the river. You go where you want to go. Otherwise, I'm going to tsunami on you lot. I am just getting a bit of thorniness coming out with your energy here, Pisces. So don't be afraid to, let it out a little bit. Have that bite back. Don't just sit back and take it and do what everyone else wants you to do. With these choices that you're faced with, you do what you need to do. Okay. That's the change coming up for you, Pisces. Bite someone. I love it. Funny. Okay, well, you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course, and please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.